so many dreams, so many aspirations. She had dreams to become a singer, a dancer, to be somebody in her life. She dreamt a lot. She was always called a daydreamer. And she dreamt all the time about all the things she could do. Until one day, she was tormented by a PE teacher. He threw a ball at her and he broke a little finger. And she was so scared because she didn't know what she had done. She didn't know why he was so angry. And he said to her, "If I catch you dreaming again, I will do it harder next time." She then grew up. And as she grew up, she got married. She got married to a guy predominantly because his mother played the sitar. She loved music. She moved away to Kenya. Little did she know that that life was going to give her a life full of pain, torture, torment, mental and physical, and rape. Because she didn't know that she could actually stand up to that PE teacher and that she could fight anybody else because she deserved what she got. She eventually got burnt, 3/4 of her body. She was in intensive care, not knowing whether she'll ever see her parents ever again. Until she survived that, she became pregnant. Beautiful baby. Beautiful eyes, dimples, red lips, smiled at her, took away all her pain. He healed her. He healed that aspect of her. She nurtured this child. She loved him. She gave him all the values she stood for: honesty, integrity, authenticity, living the truth. Until one day, even that was taken away from her. Because she stood up for herself at the expense of that little 5-year-old boy being taken away from her life. That young woman is me. And I'm sharing this story with you because as children, we go through pain, not because we choose it, but because the adults around us decide to take the chunk out of us and back us down so we lose who we are. And I'm here to show and tell you that I survived. And not only that, when I came back here, I had nothing. I didn't have money. I had nothing to live on, walking like a zombie. I took inspiration from divine source, divine energy, because that's all I had. Until I was called to do assembly in none other than the school that I was bullied at by a PE teacher. Imagine that. Just imagine that. That day when I stood in assembly and there were 400 beautiful children, all staring at me with the eyes of my son. I shed a tear. But I then knew this is why I survived, for them. I want to create a world of meaning, a world of awakening, to empower people to grow from within, to blossom to their greatness, to awaken the falsities, if there ever was a word, to the world and really see the reality of the truth of who they are. The radiant being in the midst of muddy waters. I will tell my story over and over and over until I reach each and every single human being to understand who the truth of who they are truly awakens. We are powerful beyond belief, and each person has a story to show and tell, to empower others to awaken to their story until each has awoken to their story. To co-create a world of love, compassion, unity, honesty, integrity, and authenticity, and responsibility. I am not the story. That is my message. I am the survivor of my story. And I'm kept alive to empower others to their story and to continue to show others the path to inner peace. In a way, I am love. Thank
you. Right, be confident, okay? And any questions you have, I'll take at the end. Is that okay? So, be confident, be you, and be comfortable. Because this isn't going to be, oh, right, we're going to test how you all are, we're going to judge how you are. This is for you to own who you are, okay? So, how many of you here like stories? By show of hands. Thank you. And how many of you here know that stories can be so powerful and they give you a really strong message? By show of hands. Thank you. So a story. There were two boys, Billy and Johnny. They had dreamt their entire lives of going to Disneyland, and finally the day arrived. They were so excited. They got in the car and they got into the thing. They bought their tickets and they went straight in. Johnny looked around. He saw that there was nobody to drive him around or to take him anywhere. Got annoyed. Went to the nearest park bench and he sat down. This is awful. But not Johnny. Johnny was so excited he got the map. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Frontierland. Oh my God. This is the most beautiful day I'm going to have. Look at all these rides. I'm going to go on every single one of those rides. Teacups. My God, all of these things. This is going to be so fun. He put the map away and quickly he ran into... So, when there's creative thing going on, you know, either people have a really emotional blockage that opens or they have a really inspirational moment. And for me, it was a really inspirational moment because last year my little brother got married and we had to do a dance. And my younger sister's siblings always come up to you, you know, and tell you just how it is. She said to me, she says that, you know what, she goes that the whole of Leicester and even London, she goes that you were so well known for your grace and your, you know, the ability for you to move. And she goes, why are you thumping around like an elephant? And it really did get to my heartstrings. And I remember 2 days before my brother's wedding, I was crying so much that cutting an avocado, I managed to cut a nerve in my hand. So not only was I disabled doing the dance because I was in hospital 2 days before my brother's, you know, hospital, but it was all because of a comment, you know, that really brought out something in me. Because you do lock up who you are. And as I was doing that dance, and I started, I mean, yesterday I'd gone into it and enjoyed it, and I was like letting go. Today when I got into it, like I could see myself really free-flowing, and I don't know if anybody's, you know, dance Elliot know, with, you know, the ability to be going on your knees and then dance around a whole floor. I was doing that because I did that. I did that when I was young, and not only in front of 2-3 people, I did it in front of the Indian Queen.
Wow.
Of England.
You know, because I was chosen for the Princess Trust to do that, and I got a standing ovation. That was going around my head, and that was really that moment where I wanted to go into that zone and do it, and I couldn't. And it's, you know, it's our own. And then Vanessa, she's been brilliant for me this training. It's really getting my body moving and getting me to unlock what I've locked. So for me, I'm really unlocking, and I'll continue. Thank you. Give it to people. I always say to people that whatever you learn, pay it forward. Because you never know, just in your beingness, who you make a difference to. And one more person, you know, like the starfish story. Do you know the starfish story? Can I share that story? I'm a story queen, so I talk in stories. There was a guy. There was a guy who was walking along the seashore, and he was picking up these starfishes that were being washed into the beach, and he was picking them up, and he was throwing them back in the sea, picking them up and throwing them back in the sea. This rather skeptical gentleman came up to him and he goes, "How many of those are you going to throw in the sea? You can't do it for all of them." And this young man said, "I've made a difference to this one." And that's what I want to invite you all to do. Make a difference. Making a difference to just one person every day will change your whole life. Because remember, you're going to keep growing that bank balance of your karma. One person, that's doable, right? Make a difference to one person a day. Can I invite you all to give this gift to yourself, that every day from today you'll make a difference to that one person? Story with you. I'm sharing this story with you because we think our comfort zone is something we've got to be in. But isn't that really an uncomfortable zone? Isn't the comfort zone really being your essence? I'm sharing my story today, and I have the privilege of sharing this. I've shared it to many people in India and US, and not because I want people to feel what I felt or go through what I felt, but I'm standing here as an inspiration to each and every single one of you today, because I'm absolutely living my truth today. Do you think that was uncomfortable, going through that? Absolutely. And you cannot even express into words the pain. I haven't seen my child since he was 5 years old. My child is now 20. However, I got to know a real truth about myself. And so when Kanu asked me, what topic would you like to talk about? I thought, what's the one thing that keeps people stuck? Isn't it the notion of having a comfort zone? However, is your growth in your comfort zone? It's not, is it? So how can it be a comfort zone? Isn't your comfort zone the place where you can play and be who you are? Isn't it a place where you can actually step up on a stage and let it be the gift to share and inspire? Isn't that the comfort zone? So what limits us? What limits us from really stepping out of this when we make this decision? Because you all have a gift. And you're all unique. You are so special. And isn't it time now to really own that? To be who you are. And to look at these limiting factors and think, am I choosing to limit myself with this? Because had I stayed there, I would be in that story. So could it be that I'm not that story? And the story is what we play up in our head? I have an incredible husband today, my husband Jay. And, you know, he's given me so much freedom to be who I am. However, I changed my beliefs around that. And I have seen so many people go through relationship after relationship, after relationship, after relationship.
and still not get the message. Yeah? And the message is actually, look at this. Because when I met Jay, I knew instantly. Because I allowed myself to be exercised in whatever way I needed to be. Because my focus one was always on my joy path. On my what, please? Joy path. So why do I say joy path? Because, see, I just shared with a couple of people earlier, if you're on a journey, doesn't a journey have an end? Yeah? Well, we don't know where our end is, right? Because we're limitless.